Good morning, YouTube. I'm doing my spring garden tour. It's late spring, but you know, the weather's been weird everywhere. Anyway, new stuff to the garden. We have a cut flower bed, which is just getting started. It's in my under progress seeding area, which will be hopefully finished this summer. Over here is my tea garden, tea/spice garden. I've got blueberry in the corner, some cilantro, some dill hiding back over there, so my motherwort, a really pretty peach iris with some raspberries. There's some baby sunflowers growing in there. Sage. I have this really cool variegated sage. I can't get over this thing. And then, of course, some oregano, lavender, garlic chives, lemon balm, goji berry, more lavender, another blueberry. Over here, look at just check out this beautiful clematis. I'm hoping that this lady's going to take off and grow over my trellis, which would be awesome. Over here is an experimental bed. I started some flowers from seed this year just to see if I could. I've never done it before, and they actually seem to be doing okay. So I've got columbine, I've got some dianthus here in the front, and then I have banana trees. I've got 1, 2, 3. They're doing a little bit of a comeback from that cold snap, but they're actually looking kind of fine. I have a new tomato variety that I've got this year. I'm trying it in here. Some of my marriage women that needs to be planted. My mint is doing fantastic. It loves its little bag. Over here, I finally got my asparagus plot set. So this will always be asparagus. It's done for the season, so it's gone to seed. I do have some leeks in the front section. I'm trying for the first time. They're kind of hiding. Ugh. But yeah, they're doing good. Now this is new. We've got these 2 long beds this year. We moved them in. These are my tomato beds. As you can see, you got the trellises up. There's one, and there's another. This thanks to Jess from Roots and Refuge Farm. Amazing idea. I love this, by the way. In here I had some Swiss chard, which we're on the 2nd run now. And then turnips, which are just starting to bulb out. I had this whole row all down the center was Napa cabbage, which, as you can see, they're beautiful, beautiful. They're already done and pulled, and I made kimchi. This one I'm leaving to let go to seed because this is a really good strain. And then I finally got my tomatoes in. They're just getting started all down this side. And then I've got more all down this side. In the center of this bed, I have kale. I've got some dinosaur kale, and then on the very end, I have some red curled kale, because that's my favorite. And then, of course, carrots, which are doing amazing. And my nasturtium, which I'm super excited about. I've got about 3 or 4 of them throughout the garden, and they're all different colors. They haven't got flowers on them yet this year, but they're new colors, and I got my fingers crossed. So down here, I have a little onion patch. I have onions pretty much everywhere. And some beets, which are coming in. Another beautiful nasturtium. On this side, I've got a couple more kale, and then this empty bed was bok choy and is now seeded with more carrots. Little potato experiment, see if we can grow them in this and how many we get. This beautiful thing here, this is my garlic, and I learned a few tricks from Baker's Creek about how to plant garlic and when to plant garlic, and the fact that you should keep it every year planted in the same spot, unlike every other plant. Every year, same bed, it'll do better, and it is doing amazing. I mean, it is healthy, it is strong, it's got these huge, like, I don't know if you can compare, huge stalks, so fingers crossed. It's not ready to be pulled yet. We've got probably another month or so on that before they come out. And this is the hard neck on this side and the soft neck on this side. A little planter over here with some flowers and more nasturtium. This is my radish bed, and it's just about ready. As you can see, I got little radishes. They're all going to be pulled out today. I leave a couple to go to seed. Over here, I've got my one milkweed that I leave for the butterflies. It always comes back every year, so I just leave it. And I've got some kohlrabi growing in here. More onions, as you can see, a couple eggplants, another little patch of beets, and I did another climbing trellis for my snow peas, or snap peas, or sweet peas, or whatever you want to call them. They are just about to start setting fruit, which I'm excited. It's almost, it's food time. In here, this is my pepper bed this year. We did have some Napa cabbage in here. I had a couple extras, and they're pulled out and harvested. I've got peppers on this side, some little cantaloupe seeds that I have to find a spot for. And then on this side under the cloth is my Brussels sprouts. Last year I grew them separated out amongst the beds, and they did okay. This year I'm going to try and grow them together in one and see how they do. I have typical Brussels sprouts, and then I have 3 purple Brussels sprouts, which are kind of neat. I also have a little bit of red kale in here as well. And again, look at this tomato. Look at them. They're so cute. Now the big difference this year, swing you back around this way, sorry about that. This bed went in last year, if you remember. This all in here is all spinach, and it's just starting to take off. It's got a few little weeds in it that I got to come through and take care of, but this will be beautiful, just handfuls of spinach I'm so excited about. This is my cut and come again lettuce, which I love doing it this way for the early season. Once it gets hotter, this doesn't last very long because they melt from the bottom up. So if you live in a hot area that gets hot really fast, not advised to do this. Go ahead and grow them individually in heads. I do have some lettuce plugs that'll go in individually once the weather gets hotter. There's nothing under here right now. I made this year to get my plants started a little earlier. This section is going to be all new. We were going to get 4 more beds to go in where these pots are lined up, but things being the way that they are with this virus, they were not available. So we're doing tomatoes in pots this year. Fingers crossed. I don't like growing tomatoes in pots. They always seem to do not quite as good, but we're going to try it. There's some good sized pots, and I got some good plant feed, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully next year these will be 4 new garden beds and lots more space. The other thing that I did this year, like I said, I've got lots of flowers. I just can't get over it. I love the flowers. I've got little potted plants. I've got petunias, which hopefully will cover this whole hillside. Well, I can't wait to see that. They're gonna pour out of these baskets and just grow down this hillside all the way to the road. So that's exciting for me. And then through the tomato field, I've got a little pot here with this new pepper from Baker's Creek. Oh look, we have a visitor. I'll have to get him out of the fence here in a little bit before he eats my garden. But hiding under here, it was raining heavy yesterday, so I didn't want to hurt these guys. These are jigsaw peppers, and they are glorious. They are supposed to be about the same heat level as a jalapeno, so I'm going to use them to be my jelly peppers. And they are just beautiful. I mean, that's naturally, let's see if I can focus on it. There we go. That is naturally how they look. And I can't wait until they get so much bigger. That color is going to be beautiful. These are going to be my showpiece if they survive. And then again, back over into the evil corner, the supply corner. I need a shed. But yeah, so there's my tea garden again, and that's it. That's the garden this year. Oh, we've got over there again the Jerusalem artichokes. We did sweet potatoes in front of it. I got another little bed there. I'm seeing the difference between bed raising and ground raising on sweet potatoes. We also have a big market garden that we put in this year, which, if you give me a moment, I'm going to go ahead and pause this and be right back in a minute. It'll be just a second for you, and we'll show you the market garden. All right, so work in progress. We don't have anything growing in it this year. We were going to get it started sooner for the market season, but again, with coronavirus, that got canceled. So we're just letting it set. We've got this nice big plot here, which is just breaking down. We've got it covered with some wood chip mulch. And it all extends over here. In here, as an experiment this year, I did a Three Sisters garden. So I have in here growing corn, field pumpkins, and runner beans. And I just kind of scattered the seeds everywhere just to see what would happen, how it would work. Seems to be doing okay. And then over here is the section that we started working for the market. We got it all hilled up and mounded, and then we didn't have any markets, so we decided to just go ahead and plant potatoes this year for our storage. We're gonna have a lot of potatoes. But anyway, as you can see, I love these. They're beautiful, beautiful rows. We did a really good job. I'm really proud. But you can see, if anyone ever tells you that red potatoes grow faster or sooner than white potatoes, and you don't believe them, this is proof. The first two rows are red potatoes, and then we have a Kennebec, and then a traditional Yukon Gold. And they're all coming along, but you can clearly see the difference between them. And then under here, I had one bed left after we planted the potatoes, so under here I have cauliflower and some spring onions growing. But yeah, so we're expanding, we're growing, it's exciting, and putting a pond in back there. So that's the garden, and hopefully we'll have a cow back here. We have some goats coming this weekend. I miss this.